ಪೂಜಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೋ ಏನೋ, ನನ್ನ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ನಿಲ್ಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಪೂಜಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇದ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರಂತೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಯೋಗಿ ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ಏನ್ ಹೇಗ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು ಇವರಿಗೆ ಇದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಶ್ರೀಮಾತೆಯವರು ಆಗ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗತ್ತೆ, ನಾನು ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಜಗನ್ಮಾತೆಯ ಪೂಜೆಯನ್ನ ಸ್ವೀಕರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದವರು ಶ್ರೀಮಾತೆಯವರೇ. ಯಾರೋ ಒಂದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಯಾವುದು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ದೇವತೆಗಳಿರ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ, ರಸ್ತೆ ಬದಿಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ದೇವತೆಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ರೀತಿ ಹಳ್ಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ದೇವತೆಯನ್ನು ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡುವ ತುಂಬಾ ಗದ್ದಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರಂತೆ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂದು. ಶ್ರೀಮಾತೆಯವರು ತೊಂದರೆ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಆಗ ಯಾರೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದವರು ಗದರಿಸ್ತಾರೆ, ಯಾಕೆ ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಗಲಾಟೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. ಆ ಶ್ರೀಮಾತೆಯವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಬೇಡ ಬೇಡ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನ್ ತೊಂದರೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಡ, ಆ ದೇವತೆಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ನನ್ನ ಅಂಶ ಅಲ್ವೇ ಅಂತ. ನೋಡಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ದೇವತೆಗಳು ನನ್ನ ಅಂಶವೇ. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಆ ಮೂಲ ಸ್ಥಾನ ಎಷ್ಟು ಎತ್ತರದಿರ್ಬೇಕು ನೋಡಿ. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಇಂಥ ಒಂದು ದಿವ್ಯತ್ರೇಯರ ಪಾದ ಕಮಲಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಆಶ್ರಯವನ್ನು ಪಡೆದಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ಇನ್ಯಾವ ಹೆದರಿಕೆ ನಮಗೆ. ಇಂಥ ಒಂದು ಧೈರ್ಯ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಇಂಥ ಒಂದು ಅಹಂಕಾರ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಶ್ರೀರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಹೇಳುವಂತ ಭಕ್ತಾಹಂ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಅಹಂಕಾರ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಯಾವ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಬರಲಿ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ, ಎಂತ ಸಂಕಟ ಬರಲಿ, ನಾನು ಹೆದರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಭಗವಂತನ ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆಯನ್ನು ಕಳೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಭಗವಂತನ ಪಾದ ಪದ್ಮಗಳನ್ನ ಇನ್ನೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಗಟ್ಟಿಯಾಗಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಆ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಎದುರಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಶ್ರೀಮಾತೆಯವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳು ಬರ್ತಾವೆ, ಹಾಗೆ ಹೇಗೆ ನಾವು ಸೇತುವೆ ಮೇಲೆ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೀರು ಹರಿದೋಗುತ್ತೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳು ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳು ಹಾಗೆ ಹಾಗೆ ಹೊರಟೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾವೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಶಾರದೇಶಾನಂದರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಶ್ರೀಮಾತೆಯವರು ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡಿದಂಥವ್ರು ಅವರು ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಸಲಹೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲೂ ಗೃಹಸ್ಥ ಭಕ್ತರಿಗೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಸಲಹೆಗಳನ್ನ, ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಠದ ಭಕ್ತರಿಗೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲೂ ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಸಲಹೆಗಳನ್ನ ಅವರು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಈ ಸಲಹೆಗಳನ್ನು ನೀವು ಪಾಲಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಗ ಮುಂದುವರಿಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳುವಂತಹದ್ದು 4 ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಮೊದಲನೇದು, ಗೃಹಸ್ಥ ಭಕ್ತರು ಈ 4 ನಿಯಮವನ್ನ ಪರಿಪಾಲಿಸಬೇಕು. ಹೌಸ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಅದು 4 ಯಾವುದು ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಒಂದನೇದು, ದಿನವೂ ಜಪಧ್ಯಾನ, ಪ್ರತಿನಿತ್ಯ ಜಪಧ್ಯಾನವನ್ನ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹದ್ದು. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ನಾವು ದಿನನಿತ್ಯ ಏನ್ ಜಪಧ್ಯಾನ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ವಾ, ಅದು ನಮ್ಮ ಇಡೀ ದಿನ ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದಂತ ಜಪಧ್ಯಾನ ನಮ್ಮ ಇಡೀ ದಿನದಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಭಾವನೆ ಮುಂದುವರಿಯುತ್ತೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಆ ದಿನವಿಡೀ ಹೇಗೆಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಹೇಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹಾರಾಡ್ತಿದೆ, ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ತಪ್ಪನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಇದೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಮನಸ್ಸನ್ನು ನಿಯಂತ್ರಣ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ದಿನನಿತ್ಯ ಜಪಧ್ಯಾನವನ್ನ ಬಿಡದೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ದೀರ್ಘವಾಗಿ ಡಿಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಲ್ಲ, ಭಗವಂತನ ಚಿಂತನೆ, ನಾಮಸ್ಮರಣೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟಾಯ್ತು. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಸಮಯ ಇದ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಪಾರಾಯಣ, ಪೂಜೆ ಇತ್ಯಾದಿಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಆದ್ರೆ ನಾಮಸ್ಮರಣೆ ಮತ್ತು ರೂಪಚಿಂತನೆ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಇದನ್ನು ತಪ್ಪಿಸಲೇಬಾರದು. ಎರಡನೇದು, ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ಅಧ್ಯಯನ. ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಇನ್ನು ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಬರಲ್ವಲ್ಲ, ಪುರಾಣಗಳನ್ನ ವೇದ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಗಳನ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ಓದೋದು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಶ್ರೀರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ವಚನ ವೇದ. ಅದು ಪ್ರಮುಖವಾಗಿ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ವಚನ ವೇದವನ್ನ ಪ್ರತಿನಿತ್ಯ ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹದ್ದು. ಶ್ರೀಮಾತೆಯವರ ವಚನ ವೇದ ಇದೆ, ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದರ ಬೋಧನೆಗಳ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳಿದೆ, ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಓದ್ಬೋದು. ಆದ್ರೆ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣನ ವಚನ ವೇದವನ್ನ ಒಂದು ದಿವಸ ಕೂಡ ತಪ್ಪಿಸಬಾರದು. ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಮೂರನೇದು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯಗಳನ್ನ ಭಗವಂತನ ಪೂಜೆ ಎಂದು ಮಾಡುವಂತಹದ್ದು. ನಾವು ದಿನನಿತ್ಯ ಏನೇನು ಕೆಲಸಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಭಗವಂತನ ಪೂಜೆ. ಯಾವುದೇ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ ಇರಲಿ, ಎಲ್ಲೇ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಆಫೀಸಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿ, ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿ, ಇನ್ನೆಲ್ಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಭಗವಂತನ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯವೇ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಮಾಡಿ, ಆ ಭಾವನೆಯಿಂದ ಭಗವಂತನ ಪೂಜೆ ನನ್ನ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹದ್ದು. ಹಾಗೇನೆ ನಾಲ್ಕನೇದು, ಇತರರಿಗೆ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹದ್ದು, ಬೇರೆಯವರಿಗೆ ನೋವನ್ನು ಕೊಡದೇ ಇರುವಂತಹದ್ದು. ಇದು ಬಹಳ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದ ನೋಡಿ. ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಸಲ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಕೆಲಸಗಳಿಂದ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರಿಗೆ ತೊಂದರೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ನೋವನ್ನು ಅನುಭವಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಇದರಿಂದ ಅವರ ಆ ಒಂದು ಶಾಪ ನಮ್ಗೆ ತಟ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಬೇರೆಯವರಿಗೆ ತೊಂದರೆ ಮಾಡದೇ ಇರುವಂತಹದ್ದು, ಬೇರೆಯವರಿಗೆ ನೋವನ್ನು ಕೊಡದೇ ಇರುವಂತಹದ್ದು. ಹಾಗೆ ಯಾರು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಮಾರ್ಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಪಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೋ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹದ್ದು. ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಕನ್ವಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಪವರ್ ಆಫ್ ಗುಡ್ನೆಸ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಕನ್ವಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಪವರ್ ಆಫ್ ಗುಡ್ನೆಸ್, ಹೆಲ್ಪಿಂಗ್ ಆಲ್ ದೋಸ್ ಹೂ ಆರ್ ಟ್ರೈಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಗುಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೂ ಗುಡ್. ಒಳ್ಳೆಯತನದ ಶಕ್ತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಂಬಿಕೆ. ಯಾರು ತಾವು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯರಾಗಿರುವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೋ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೈಲಾದಂತ ಸಹಾಯವನ್ನ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹದ್ದು. ಇದು 4 ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಸಾಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಮಾಡೋದು ಕಷ್ಟ, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಸಮಯ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರತಿನಿತ್ಯ. ಇದು 4 ನಾವು ಅಳವಡಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಅದು ಸಾಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಇವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ದಿನನಿತ್ಯದ ಘಟನೆಗಳು ನಡೆಯೋದೆಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ಮಗಳ ಫಲವಾಗಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಕರ್ಮ ಫಲಾಧ್ಯಕ್ಷನ ಅಂತ ಭಗವಂತನಲ್ಲಿ ನಂಬಿಕೆಯನ್ನ ನಾವು ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಆದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಭಕ್ತರಿಗೆ ಆ ಕರ್ಮ ಫಲವ ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲೇ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹದ್ದು. ಶ್ರೀಮಾತೆಯವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಭಕ್ತರಿಗೆ ವಿಧಿ ತನ್ನ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆದಂತ ವಿಧಿ ಬರವನ್ನ ತಾನೇ ಅಳಿಸ್ತಾನಂತೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಭಕ್ತರಿಗೆ ಆ ಕರ್ಮಫಲ ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹದ್ದು. ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಹೊರಗೆ ಕರ್ಮಫಲ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೋ ಭಕ್ತರಿಗೆ ಆ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಭಗವಂತ ಇವನಿಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕರ್ಮಫಲವನ್ನು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, ಇವನ ಮನಸ್ಸು ತರಬೇತಿ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಇವನು ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕವಾಗಿ ಮುಂದೆ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಅವನಲ್ಲಿ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಭಕ್ತಿ ವೈರಾಗ್ಯಗಳು ಹೆಚ್ಚಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಷ್ಟನ್ನು ಮಾತ್ರ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ ಭಗವಂತ. ಭಗವಂತನಲ್ಲಿ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಶರಣಾಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಪಕ್ಷಿ ದಿನವಿಡೀ ಹಾರಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಹಾರಾಡಿ ಸಂಜೆ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಬಂದು ತನ್ನ ಗೂಡಿಗೆ ಬಂದು ನಿಶ್ಚಿಂತೆಯಿಂದ ಮಲ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ನಾವು ಜಗತ್ತಿನೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ ಹಾರಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಖ ಸಿಗತ್ತೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆನಂದ ಸಿಗತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಖ ಸಿಗತ್ತೆ, ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಸಿಗದೆ ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಬಂದು ಭಗವಂತನ ಪಾದ ಪದ್ಮಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಶರಣಾಗತ್ತಂತೆ, ತನ್ನ ಮೂಲ ಸ್ವರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಲೆ ನಿಲ್ಲುತ್ತಂತೆ. ಅದು ನಿಜವಾದ ಶರಣಾಗತಿ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಈ ರೀತಿ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಆಂತರಿಕವಾದ ಒಂದು ಆಕರ್ಷಣೆ ಬೆಳೆಯಬೇಕು. ಭಗವಂತನಲ್ಲಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಆತ್ಮತತ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಆಕರ್ಷಣೆ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ನಾವು ಬೇರೆ ಇಂದ್ರಿಯ ವಿಷಯ ವಸ್ತುಗಳು ನೋಡಿ, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಇಷ್ಟವಾದಂಥ ತಿಂಡಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಹೊಸ ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಬಂದಿರ್ಬೋದು ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ, ಅಥವಾ ಇನ್ಯಾವುದೋ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದಂಥ ಒಂದು ಹೊಸ ವಸ್ತು ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅದನ್ನು ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಗ ಹೋಗಿ ತಗೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತೀವಿ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಆಕರ್ಷಣೆ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತಲೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾದಂಥ ತೀವ್ರವಾದಂಥ ಆಕರ್ಷಣೆ ಭಗವಂತನೆಡೆಗೆ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ನಮ್ಮ ಆತ್ಮದೆಡೆಗೆ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ನಮ್ಮ ಚೈತನ್ಯದೆಡೆಗೆ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಆಗ ಒಂದು ಆಂತರಿಕ ಸೆಳೆತ ಉಂಟಾದಾಗ, ಅದು ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹಿರಿಯ ಸ್ವಾಮಿಗಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಉನ್ನತವಾದಂತಹ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಜಾಗೃತವಾಗಬೇಕಂತೆ. ಸಾಧನೆಯ ಮೂಲಕ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಉನ್ನತವಾದಂತಹ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಜಾಗೃತವಾದಾಗ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಸಹಜವಾಗಿ ತನ್ನ ಮೂಲ ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಲೆ ನಿಲ್ಲುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಯನ್ನು ಪಡೆದ್ರೆ ಹೊರಗಿನ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಅವಾಗ ಕರಗೋಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಹೊರಗಿನ ಜಗತ್ತಿನ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳು ನೋಡಿ ನಾವೇ ನಕ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಈ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಗಮನ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಅಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಧ್ಯಾನ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆನೆಲ್ಲ ಪರಿಹಾರ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಭಾವಿಸ್ತೇವೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಒಬ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಮೆಡಿಟೇಷನ್ ಡಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ದ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಮೈಂಡ್, ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಡಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ಸ್ ದ ವೆರಿ ಮೈಂಡ್ ವಿಚ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ಸ್ ಮೆನಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಅವರ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಈ ಧ್ಯಾನ ಎನ್ನುವಂತಹದ್ದು, ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳನ್ನು ಪರಿಹರಿಸೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದೇನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಈ ನೂರಾರು ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳನ್ನ ಉಂಟು ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಮನಸ್ಸನ್ನೇ ಶಾಂತ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ಕರಗಿಸಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಆಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಯು ಪರಿಹಾರ ಆದಾಗಲೇ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ತಪ್ಪನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ವಿ ಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಎ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಡೀಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಟೆಲಿಂಗ್ ಗಾಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಡನ್. ನಾವು ತುಂಬಾ ಸಮಯನ ಭಗವಂತ, ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಪ್ಪ, ಹಾಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಪ್ಪ, ಹಾಂಗ್ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ ಮಾಡು, ಹಾಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಹಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅದು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡು, ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡು. ಹಾಗಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ, ವಿ ಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಎ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಡೀಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಟೆಲಿಂಗ್ ಗಾಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಡನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಇನಫ್ ಟೈಮ್ ವೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ನೆಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಗಾಡ್ ಟು ಟೆಲ್ ಅಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಟು ಡೂ. ನೋಡಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ ಇದು. ಅಂಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಇನಫ್ ಟೈಮ್ ವೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ನೆಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಗಾಡ್ ಟು ಟೆಲ್ ಅಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಟು ಡೂ. ನೋಡಿ, ಶಾಂತವಾಗಿ ಕುಳಿತು ಭಗವಂತ ನಮ್ಮಿಂದ ಏನನ್ನು ಬಯಸ್ತಾನೆ, ಭಗವಂತ ನಮಗೆ ಏನನ್ನು ಹೇಳೋದಿಕ್ ಬಯಸ್ತಾನೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಗಮನ ಕೊಡದೇನೆ ನಾವು ಏನನ್ನು ಬಯಸ್ತೀವೋ ಅದನ್ನು ಭಗವಂತನ ಮೇಲೆ ಒತ್ತಾಯ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ, ಆರೋಪ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಸಲ ಅಂತೀವಿ, ಅಯ್ಯೋ ನಾನು ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಭಗವಂತ ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ ಈಡೇರಿಸಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಶ್ರೀರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣನು ಕಲ್ಪತರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಕಲ್ಪತರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡತ್ತಂತೆ. ಶ್ರೀರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಕಲ್ಪತರು ಮರದ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅವ್ನು ಹುಲಿ ತಿನ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿದ್ ಕತೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಆ ರೀತಿ ಕಲ್ಪತರು ಅಲ್ಲ. ಅವ್ರು ನಾವು ಬೇಡಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಅದರಿಂದ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ನಾವು ಬೇಡಿದೆಲ್ಲ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನ ಸರ್ವನಾಶ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ನಾಶದ ಹತ್ರ ನಾವು ಹೊರಟೋಗ್ತೇವೆ. ನಿಜವಾದ ಧ್ಯಾನ, ನಿಜವಾದ ಭಗವತ್ ಚಿಂತನೆ, ನಿಜವಾದ ಭಗವನ್ ನಾಮ ಸಂಕೀರ್ತನೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೇಗಿರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಭಗವಂತನ ಮುಂದೆ ಕುಳಿತಾಗ, ಧ್ಯಾನ ಕುಳಿತಾಗ, ಆ ಒಂದು ಸತ್ಸಂಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಕುಳಿತಾಗ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಳುಗಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ನಾವು ಬಾಯಾರಿಕೆ ಆದ್ರೆ ಹೇಗೆ ನೀರು ಕುಡಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು ಒಂದೇ ಸಲ, ಅಥವಾ ಹಸಿವಾದಾಗ ಹೇಗೆ ಒಂದೇ ಸಲ ಆಹಾರವನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಹಾಗೆ ಆತ್ಮದ ಹಸಿವು, ಅಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮದ ಹಸಿವು ಅದಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಅಷ್ಟು ಭಗವಂತನಿಗೆ ಆಕರ್ಷಣೆ. ಶ್ರೀರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಕುಳಿತರೆ ಸಾಕು, ಅಯ್ಯೋ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ, ಮತ್ತು ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಶ್ರೀಮಾತೆಯವ್ರು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಕುಳಿತರೆ ಸಾಕು, ಏನು ಅದು ಯಾವ್ದು ಶಾಂತಿ, ಅದು ಯಾವ ಶಾಂತಿ ಅದು. ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಸೌಂದರ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಜಗತ್ತಿನಲ್ಲಿ. ಜಗತ್ತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಸೌಂದರ್ಯ ಇದೆಯೋ ಆ ಸೌಂದರ್ಯ ಮನಸ್ಸನ್ನ ಕ್ಷೋಭೆಗೊಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಿಂದೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಏನ್ ಸೌಂದರ್ಯದ ಒಂದು ಏನು ವಿಜೃಂಭಣೆ ಏನ್ ನೋಡ್ತೀವೋ ಅದು ಮನಸ್ಸನ್ನ ಕ್ಷೋಭೆಗೊಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಭಗವಂತನ ಸೌಂದರ್ಯ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಸಾತ್ವಿಕ ಸೌಂದರ್ಯ, ಅದು ಮನಸ್ಸನ್ನ ಶಾಂತಗೊಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ನೋಡಿ, ಶ್ರೀರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ನೋಡೋದಿಕ್ ನೋಡಿ ಅವರು ಒಬ್ಬ ವೃದ್ರ ತರ ಕಾಣ್ತಾರೆ, ಆದ್ರೆ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಎಂತ ಒಂದು ಸೌಂದರ್ಯ, ಒಂದು ಹಸನ್ಮುಖತೆ, ಹೇಗೆ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಸಹಜವಾಗಿ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಲೆ ನಿಂತು ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ಮತ್ತೇನು ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಶ್ರೀರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಕುಳಿತರೆ ಸಾಕು, ಜಗತ್ತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಕೂಡ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗೆ ಶ್ರೀಮಾತೆಯವರು ನೋಡಿ, ಎಂತ ಒಂದು ಗಾಂಭೀರ್ಯ, ಕರುಣೆ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ನೋಡ್ತಾ 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 ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ತನ್ಮಯರಾಗಿ ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ವೇದಾಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಮಾತಿದೆ, ನಾವು ವೇದಾಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಂದುವರಿಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಮೂರನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂತೆ. ಯಾವ್ಯಾವುದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಶ್ರವಣ, ಮನನ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಿಧಿಧ್ಯಾಸನ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಶ್ರವಣ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಭಗವಂತನ ಕುರಿತು ಕೇಳುವಂತಹದ್ದು. ಹೇಗೆ ಕೇಳುವಂತಹದ್ದು? ಆಸಕ್ತಿಯಿಂದ ಕೇಳುವಂತಹದ್ದು, ಗಮನವಿಟ್ಟು ಕೇಳುವಂತಹದ್ದು, ಅದನ್ನ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂತಹದ್ದು. ಮನನ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸಂಶಯಗಳನ್ನು ನಿವಾರಿಸುವಂತಹದ್ದು. ಏನೇನು ಸಂಶಯಗಳು ಬರುತ್ತೋ, ಶ್ರವಣ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಹಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಗಾಡ್ ಆರ್ ಆತ್ಮತತ್ವ ಶ್ರವಣ. ಮನನ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಸಂಶಯಗಳು ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಪರಿಹರಿಸುವಂತಹದ್ದು. ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಬಂದೇ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅದ್ರ ಮಧ್ಯೆ, ಆ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಪರಿಹರಿಸುವಂತಹದ್ದು. ಆ ರೀತಿ ಚಿಂತನೆ ಮನನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ 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 ಆ ಭಗವಂತನ ಅವತಾರ ತತ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ, ಆತ್ಮತತ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಂಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಈ ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಹಿಯರಿಂಗ್, ಶ್ರವಣ ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಹಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಮನನ ಕಾಂಟಂಪ್ಲೇಷನ್, ಇದೆರಡು ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಹಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕಾಂಟಂಪ್ಲೇಷನ್, ಇಟ್ ಪ್ಯೂರಿಫೈಸ್ ದಿ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವಿ ಗೆಟ್ ಎ ಕನ್ವಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಆತ್ಮನ್ ಆರ್ ಗಾಡ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಮೂಲ ಸ್ವರೂಪ ಆತ್ಮತತ್ವದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಭಗವಂತನ ತತ್ವದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ದೃಢತೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಶ್ರೀರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚೆಚ್ಚು ಓದ್ತಾ 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 ಶ್ರೀಮಾತೆಯವರು ಓದ್ತಾ ನೋಡಿ ರೀತಿ ಘಟನೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಆತ್ಮ ಅವತಾರ ತತ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಓ, ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ಆಶ್ರಯ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ ಭಯ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ಶರಣಾಗತನಾದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಭಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ರೀತಿ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾ 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 ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ಶ್ರವಣ ಮತ್ತು ಮನನ. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ದೃಢ ನಿಶ್ಚಯ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ, ಆತ್ಮತತ್ವದ ಅಥವಾ ಭಗವಂತನ ಅವತಾರ ತತ್ವದ ಮೇಲೆ ದೃಢ ನಿಶ್ಚಯ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಚಿಂತನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದೇ ಭಾವದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತಹದ್ದು, ಅದನ್ನ ನಿಧಿಧ್ಯಾಸನ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ವೇದಾಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳುವಂತಹದ್ದು. ಏನು, ಒಂದು ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಹಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಶ್ರವಣ, ಎರಡನೇದು ಮನನ ಅಥವಾ ಕಾಂಟಂಪ್ಲೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಅರೈಸಸ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂತಹದ್ದು. ಮೂರನೇದೇನು, ನಿಧಿಧ್ಯಾಸನ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದನ್ನೇ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಅದರಲ್ಲೇ ಇರುವಂತಹದ್ದು ಮೆಡಿಟೇಷನ್. ಅದೊಂದು ಹೈಯರ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೆಡಿಟೇಷನ್. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಮೆಡಿಟೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ನಮಗೆ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಜಗತ್ತಿನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೀಗೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮರಳಾಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಜಗತ್ತು ಈ ರೀತಿ, ಜಗತ್ತಿನ ಅಸ್ತಿತ್ವ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಬಾಹ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಏನೇ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಆಂತರಿಕವಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಯಾವ ಭಾವನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಬಹಳ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದು ಘಟನೆಯನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿ ನಾನು ಮಾತನ್ನು ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ರಾಮರಾವಣರ ಯುದ್ಧ ಸನ್ನಿಹಿತ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಈ ಕಡೆ ರಾಮನ ಕಡೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ವಾನರ ಸೈನ್ಯ ಬಂದು ಲಂಕೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ದಡದಲ್ಲಿ, ಸಮುದ್ರದ ಆ ದಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೀಡುಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಎರಡೂ ಕಡೆ ಯುದ್ಧದ ಸಿದ್ಧತೆಗಳು ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ವಾನರಿಗೆ ಸಮುದ್ರ ದಾಟಬೇಕಲ್ಲ, ಹೇಗೆ ದಾಟೋದು? ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ಬ್ರಿಡ್ಜ್, ಏನು ಸೇತುವೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಸಿದ್ಧತೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ದೊಡ್ಡ 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 ಕಲ್ಲು ಬಂಡೆಗಳನ್ನು ತಂದಿದ್ದಾರಂತೆ. ಕಲ್ಲು ಮೇಲೆಲ್ಲ ಜೈ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮ್ ಅಂತ ಬರೆದು ಆ ಕಲ್ಲನ್ನ ನೀರಿಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಂತೆ. ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯ ನೋಡಿ, ಆ ಜೈ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮ್ ಅಂತ ಬರೆದು ಈ ಕಲ್ಲು ತೇಲ್ದಿದ್ರೆ ರಾಮನಾಣೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಂತೆ ಸಮುದ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ. ಆ ಕಲ್ಲು ತೇಲ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತಂತೆ. ಆ ರೀತಿ ಬ್ರಿಡ್ಜ್ ಕಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾ, ಸೇತುವೆ ಕಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ಕಡೆ ಯಾರು ರಾಕ್ಷಸರಿಗೆ ಸುದ್ದಿ ಬಂತು, ಅಲ್ಲ ರಾಮನ ಹೆಸರನ್ನೇ ಕಲ್ಲು ಮೇಲೆ ಬರದೆ ಕಲ್ಲು ತೇಳತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಆದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ರಾಮ ಮತ್ತು ಆ ವಾನರ ಸೈನ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂದು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಸೋಲಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ನೋಡಿ, ಯುದ್ಧದಲ್ಲಿ ಸೈನಿಕರಿಗೆ ಆತ್ಮವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಧ ಸೋತಂಗೆ ಯುದ್ಧವನ್ನು. ಇದು ಈ ವಿಷಯ ರಾವಣವರೆಗೂ ಬಂತು. ರಾವಣ ಒಂದು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನಂತೆ, ಏನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು? ಒಂದ್ ದಿವಸ ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನ ಕರೆಸ್ತಾನಂತೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ರಾಕ್ಷಸನ ಸಮುದ್ರ ಹತ್ತ ಕರೆಸ್ತಾನೆ. ತನ್ನ ಪತ್ನಿ ಮಂಡೋದರಿಯನ್ನು ಕರೆಸ್ತಾನೆ. ಮಂಡೋದರಿಯನ್ನು ಕರೆಸಿ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಎದುರುಗಡೆ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಬಂಡೆಯನ್ನು ತರಿಸಿ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಜೈ ರಾವಣ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಸಿದ್ನಂತೆ. ಜೈ ರಾವಣ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಸಿ ಆ ಬಂಡೆಯನ್ನ ಸಮುದ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕದ್ರಂತೆ. ಅದೇನಾಯ್ತು, ತೇಲ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ರಾಕ್ಷಸರಿಗೂ ಆನಂದ. ಏನ್ ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಮನಿಗೇನ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಬಂಡೆ ಹೆಂಗ್ ತೇಲ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಬರ್ಲಿ ವಾನರ ಸೈನ್ಯ, ರಾಮ ಬರ್ಲಿ, ಅವ್ರನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಕೊಂದು ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೇವೆ. ಮರಳಿ ರಾವಣ ಅರಮನೆಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾನೆ. ರಾತ್ರಿ ಮಂಡೋದರಿಗೆ ಸಂಶಯ. ನೋಡಿ, ಈ ಪತ್ನಿಯರು ಅಷ್ಟು ಸುಲಭವಾಗಿ ಒಪ್ಪೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ನಮ್ಮನೆದೇರು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ವಾ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವರು ನೋಡಿ ಮಂಡೋದರಿಗೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರಂತೆ, ಅಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರಲ್ಲಿ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಇದೆಯಾ, ನನಗೆ ಯಾಕೋ ನಂಬಿಕೆನೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಆಗ ರಾವಣ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನಂತೆ, ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಹುಚ್ಚಿ, ನೀನು ಕೂಡ ಇದನ್ನ ನಂಬಿಟ್ಯಾ? ನಾನು ಜಯರಾವಣ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಸಿ ಆ ಕಲ್ಲನ್ನೇನು ನೀರಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕದೆ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಹಾಕುವಾಗ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ತೇಲ್ದಿದ್ರೆ ರಾಮನಾಣೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ ಅಂತ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಅನ್ಕೋತೀವೋ ಅದೇ ಆಗುವಂತಹದ್ದು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇವತ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಮೊಡನೆ ದಿವ್ಯತ್ರಿಯರ ಕುರಿತು, ಅವರ ಜೀವನ ಸಂದೇಶಗಳನ್ನ ಕುರಿತು ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನ ಹಂಚಿಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಂತ ಹಲಸೂರಿನ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಠದ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾದ ಪರಮ ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಬೋಧಸ್ವರೂಪಾನಂದ ಮಹಾರಾಜ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಭಕ್ತಿಪೂರ್ವಕ ಪ್ರಣಾಮ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಿರಿಯ ಸಾಧುಗಳಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಭಕ್ತಿಪೂರ್ವಕ ಪ್ರಣಾಮಗಳು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸಿ ನಿಮಗೂ ಕೂಡ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳನ್ನ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣರು ದಿವ್ಯತ್ರಿಯರು ಅನುಗ್ರಹಿಸಲಿ. ದೀಪ್ತಾನನಂತಂ ಪರಿಪೂರ್ಣಬೋಧಂ ಸದಾ ಸಮಾಧೌ ಪರಿಮಗ್ನ ಚಿತ್ತಂ ಕೃಪಾಭಿಪೂರ್ಣಂ ಪ್ರತಿತಪ್ತಲೋಕಂ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣಂ ಶರಣಂ ಪ್ರಪದ್ಯೆ. ಶ್ರೀರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣಂ ಶರಣಂ ಪ್ರಪದ್ಯೆ.
ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿಯವರಿಗೆ ಕೃತಜ್ಞತೆಗಳು. ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ನೋಟ್, ನಮ್ಮ ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವೀರೇಶಾನಂದಜಿ ಬರಬೇಕಿತ್ತು, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಶರೀರ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಪೂಜ್ಯರಿಗೆ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾಯ್ತು. ಆದರೂ ಅವರು ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೈಸೂರು ಆಶ್ರಮದಲ್ಲೂ ಅವರ ಪ್ರವಚನ ಇದೆ, ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮ ಕರೆಗೆ ಹೋಗೊಟ್ಟು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. Our Dr. T.G.K. Murthy garu is a senior space scientist and also former project director at ISRO. Particularly, he was part of Chandrayaan. How this intuition also helps a scientist, he has experienced, because he had to give the clearance for the takeoff. At that time, he was part of that, and how it helped him. And also, he is a serious student of Ramakrishna Vivekananda literature. He has read very well the Ramakrishna Vivekananda literature, and also is a very ardent devotee of the Holy Trio. Now I request, is a combination of science and spirituality. He has written a book, Swami Vivekananda, an intuitive scientist. Even if you follow the teachings of Swami Vivekananda, you will get many Nobel Prize, he says. And already many have got, few have got, and many are yet to be get that, because if they work out the teachings of Swami Vivekananda, it is his firm conviction. So now I'll give it to Dr. T.G.K. Murthy garu to address you on the subject Swami Vivekananda, an intuitive scientist.
My pranams to all the monks of the ashrama. My pranams to all the devotees sitting in front of me. You may be wondering how Swami Vivekananda is connected with the science. It's a very interesting thing. It is very interesting thing. All of you know very well Upanishads, which were nearly 500 BC or something, which contains the knowledge of the man inside as well as the knowledge of the whole universe, the creation of the universe, life after death, some complex problems. All these are expressed in Upanishads. At 500 BC, approximately. Some of you know very well, number 0 is invented by the Indians. The number system also invented by the Indians. And the Khagola Shastra invented by the Indians. The Patanjali Yoga Sutras are Indian. Like this, if I keep on telling, many of the things are there, very valuable things connected to the man inside as well as outside the science of this one. Then immediately at that time, whether there was any science, an organized science, if you see very carefully, in a way, yes, it is there, but in a way, not in a formal way of what we talk today, the modern science. Then the big question is, how these great people, they acquired this knowledge, how they got it. If we see around us, right from the small birds up to us, we express, we inherit some of the things. We does automatically. There is a bird which lays the egg in deep sky. The egg, even before falling onto the ground, it hatches midway the sky, and the bird that come out of that one fly back again into the sky. And some of you know very well how the birds, without teaching, they have the expression of the knowledge. That's what we call stages of knowledge acquisition. One is by instinct, by birth it comes. Some people they say it is hereditary. It is not entirely hereditary. It is by instinct. It is by birth it comes. One need not teach a small child to suck the milk of the mother. The mother knows and the child knows. That is by instinct the child sucks the milk. And then the man, as he evolved, not only the instinct, he started looking at the universe around him and he started acquisition of the knowledge. This knowledge, what we call as logic and reason. Cause and effect. Logic and reason, cause and effect. If we see the entire Western science, the entire Western system is based on the logic and reason. But it is very interesting, the Indians, they adopted the logic and reason. Along with logic and reason, they went one step higher than that one, that what is called intuition. That is intuition. Murthy, what is this logic, reason, intuition and all? I tell you, each one of us, we have the brain in our heads. This brain contains two parts. One is called left brain. The other one is called the right brain. The left brain, normally, it follows the logic and reason, and then analysis, cause and effect. These are all the things that the left brain that does. That what we do during the daytime, where to go, what to do, how to do, all these things, the analysis, analytical mind is the left brain. And there is right brain also. The right brain also has got the function, imagination, creativity, intuition, all these things are for the right brain activity. Actually, in 1892, Roger Sperry, who got a Nobel Prize, he has told this left brain and right brain activity to tell in simple words. Daytime when we are all discussing or sitting, carrying on the verse, our left brain, it works. At that time, the right brain doesn't work, most of the cases. But nighttime when we sleep, when we go to the bed, it is the left brain switched off, the right brain switches on. When the right brain switches on, what we get? We get the dreams. Dreams are nothing but imagination of your own mind, maybe based on some of the facts of earlier things, but it is imagination. So when this left brain is switched on, right brain will be switched off. When right brain is switched off, the left brain is switched off. But for a perfect man, for those who have evolved to higher levels of knowledge, their left brain as well as the right brain work consciously to them. Under that category comes Swami Vivekananda. For us, only the left brain it works. The right brain, no. Even if I work at this time, I have to concentrate that one quite a lot. But naturally, for Swami Vivekananda, the left brain as well as the right brain, they work together. What does that mean? If you see the life of Swami Vivekananda under the tutelage of Sri Ramakrishna, he acquired the knowledge of the ultimate truth from Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa through the Nirvikalpa Samadhi. He has done some of the things, they're all totally the Guru Sishya and all. But the most important thing is the Nirvikalpa Samadhi. In this Nirvikalpa Samadhi, what happens is that morning all of us, we were doing the meditation. very calm, quiet, nearly for half an hour. At that mind, probably we are not aware of our surroundings and all. The mind has risen to a little bit higher level, probably because lack of time. I introduce some of the words. When we are like this, we are conscious. When we are sleeping, we are subconscious or unconscious. But when we are meditating, we are super conscious. And this meditation goes to the higher and higher purity of the mind. It goes to the supra-conscious stage. In Nirvikalpa Samadhi, the supra-conscious state will happen. This individual mind connects with the universal mind. They work in tandem together. The knowledge of the universe comes to this individual mind. That is how Swami Vivekananda, when he was in deep samadhi, Nirvikalpa Samadhi, where his mind got entangled with the universal mind, the universal truth of the whole thing has been revealed to him. At that time, it is only it can be experienced, it cannot be told what it is. Same is the case in the case of Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Sri Ramakrishna experienced much more frequently. It is a daily life for him, this supra-consciousness stage. But he himself, he says, well, I want to tell what exactly is happening at that time, but I am unable to tell because somebody is just touching my neck. So this knowledge is not able to be expressed. There is a simple story told by Sri Ramakrishna himself. Once a salt doll full of salt, it wanted to measure the depth of the sea. Sea itself full of salt water, you know very well, salt added to salt will merge. The salt doll went into the sea up to certain length. Yes, it was able to say this much is the depth of the sea. But it went inside, it got merged into that one. There is no salt doll and sea separately. Similarly, in Nirvikalpa Samadhi, this individual mind, universal mind, entangled together, it becomes only one. The truth of that Nirvikalpa Samadhi is that the whole universe is one. That's why Swami Vivekananda says, Advaita Vedanta, we are all one. There is no two, only one. Now let us come back very quickly. So this intuition, which is the higher state of knowledge acquisition, comes when the mind is taken away from the normal conscious, subconscious level to the higher conscious levels through either meditation practices or through sadhana and with the purity of the mind. That is how we can acquire this one. In simple terms, I will tell you, the mother sitting over here, all of you are highly intuitive compared to the gents sitting this side. It doesn't mean that you are not intuitive, but mothers are intuitive. Why I say mothers are intuitive? They know their sons specially. They know what the child is thinking. Right from the one day, even if they become 50 years, the mother only knows the mind of the child. I don't need to tell, all of you know that one. That is what is called mother's intuition at a lower level. At higher levels, what we are talking is the supra-consciousness and all the things. Now, Swami Vivekananda, through Nirvikalpa Samadhi, through supra-consciousness, he acquired the knowledge of the whole universe is one. Me and the whole universe is one. That is there. Now he went to US, all of you know very well, in 1892. And Swami Vivekananda, you must remember, we cannot confine him to only one particular subject. Is he a spiritualist? Yes. Is he a humanist? Yes. Is he a communist? Yes. Is he the well-wisher of the women? Yes. Is he well-wisher of the youth? Yes. You name anything. Is he a psychologist? Yes, he is a psychologist. He is everything. Multifaceted genius he was. So then for him, science is a part of the so many domains. So Swami Vivekananda, to such an extent, he is aware of the scientific developments also of his time. of his time, even though he is a law student, even though he is an art student, even though he is a creative artist, creative singer, as I say, he got this scientific bent of mind also there. When they went to US, at that time, those scientists, great scientists, Newton, including the Einstein, they were working, you know, in our normal language, space, time, energy, and matter. Four parts are there. They used to think they're all four separate. But Swami Vivekananda, he felt, he conceived, no, they are all not four, they are all one. The whole thing, energy and matter, when they combine in space and time, it will merge into a single force. That's what he saw. He says, he writes to one of his brother disciples, I am going to meet Tesla to find an equation between the space, time, energy, and matter. Hopefully, I will get that equation. That's what he wrote to one of his brother disciples when he was abroad in 1895. Then what happened? Probably the equation has not come even for Tesla, also the greatest scientist of that time. It has to wait for 10 years. So when Einstein came, he said E is equal to mc square. In space and time, energy is equal to matter times the velocity of the light. This is exactly the same thing of what Swami Vivekananda has said. Probably, if Swami Vivekananda would have been alive, he would have been nourished, saying that, yes, this is a wonderful thing that what has happened. This is one thing I tell you. The other thing, we all feel we are evolved people. Darwin's theory of evolution is very well known. In that one, struggle for existence and survival of the fittest. That's what it says. Who has got the might, he is the right. There is no other thing. Who has got strength, that is the person. That is what Darwin's theory says. But Swami Vivekananda has said, of course, the theory of evolution, I am leaving it aside. No, there is no struggle for existence. It is the cooperation and symbiosis. These are the words used by Swami Vivekananda, cooperation and symbiosis. In recent years, some 20 years, a biologist, he was making an experiment. There were two cells, one cell, how it went into the other cell. If these two cells, as per the Darwin theory, if we leave it, they must fight with each other. Which is the more having the strength? It must kill the other one must survive. But it did not happen. The scientists, they found one of the cells that went inside, it started giving its strength to the other cell, and the other cell started growing. The second cell diminished in the process of that one. Mitochondria has formed. Mitochondria is the basis for the entire life system. And Swami Vivekananda says, Buddha, he did not fight with somebody to become Buddha. Buddha, he evolved. The conscious level has evolved. That is through the cooperation and symbiosis of the body within us and within our mind. The cooperation, if the mind cooperates, we can do anything. If mind doesn't cooperate, then we fight, then we do so many things around us. So with this cooperation and symbiosis of what Swami Vivekananda has said, in the latest, this 21st century, yes, the biology also says, tends to say, yes, cooperation and the symbiosis, but not the struggle for existence of the life. Of course, it is a part of the thing. We cannot deny that one around. So, if I say in chemistry, we see so many iron, gold, silver, so many metals, so many things are there. Swami Vivekananda, he says, no, they all came from only one element, out of which all the other things. I will say why he is saying all the one, why he is telling. I gave you the hint of Nirvikalpa Samadhi. If you see the periodic table, there is this hydrogen. 95%, 97% of the universe is hydrogen. Then that mixed with the helium. The rest of all the elements have come periodic table. So that is one more thing that what has come out. Of course, Swami Vivekananda's greatest loving theory is the theory of unity. The whole universe is governed by only one. Of course, some of the people may or may not accept, but is it tending? So far it has not been found, but is it tending? If that is tending to one, what is that oneness? What is that oneness? The whole universe, as we see, it is vibrating. And we, the human beings, we are vibrating with a particular frequency. We are not aware of that one. Even the small birds, insects, everything, they are vibrating with the frequency. When the higher frequencies are there, all these things of the lumps of materials or the universe we see around. But as we go slowly, the vibration becomes smaller and smaller, and then it becomes tends to the zero. Then what happens? Then what happens? Why I am telling is that Swami Vivekananda, he had a vision at Kakurigaj under the beltry above that bilwa tree. Huh? Near Alvar. In that one he found that the microcosm and macrocosm are governed by the same principle. That's what he found. That what his vision. He was full of joy on that day. He writes to one of his brother disciples, "Hey, Sisimara, I found the greatest discovery today in my life. The microcosm and macrocosm are governed by the same principle. Microcosm is the human being, the macrocosm is the whole universe. We are governed by the same principle of oneness, the unity. What is that? As I said, at higher frequencies, we see the whole universe and all the things. As the frequencies, they change lower and lower, it comes to that. Then what is that? The governing principle. It is consciousness. This consciousness, universe also has got consciousness. Human beings, we have the consciousness. Even the ant also has got the consciousness. Even the inanimate things, they have the consciousness. Then where is the vibration coming, Murti? This vibration is the thing, as you are saying, this microcosm and macrocosm. Here comes the principle, just like the Maya theory. The whole universe, where from, if the whole thing is God, where from this whole universe is come? It is Maya. Swami Vivekananda himself, he says, in modern science, what we call the consciousness, the first ripple of that vibration, where from it has come, in the ocean of this consciousness of this universe, where it has started, nobody knows. But this slowly, in a lake, suppose you drop a stone, then ripples will be coming. That ripples will expand, and come up to the shore as waves. Similarly, the consciousness, that vibration, when it starts into that one, it grows and all. So Vivekananda, he calls this one prana and spandana. Spandana is nothing but the vibration, and prana is nothing but the whole governing universe of the thing. So my dear friends, my dear elders, there is a lot of science still to say of what Swami Vivekananda has said. And if we see very carefully some of his thoughts, during that time, he could not demonstrate, he could not see. Aristotle, he wanted to have a telescope to see, but during his time, there was no telescope. He had to wait for 150 years, Newton to come and build a telescope to see the galaxies and all the things. Swami Vivekananda's time, when he said the scientific principles and laws, there was no science that has developed, which means Swami Vivekananda's mind, scientific mind, he is far advanced than the scientists of his time. So in the last 100 years, Some of the theories have been proved, and many Nobel Prizes have come. Now, many Nobel Prizes have come. So from this angle, if we see, I hope all of you will agree that Swami Vivekananda is also a scientist, but his tool of science is through rising of his mind to supraconscious state of the highest intuition. So that's why he is called as the intuitive scientist. Will you agree? Please kindly raise the hand who has got objection. Oh, I see. Nobody has got objection. You all agree with that one. One more small thing I'll tell. Srinivas Ramanujam, all of you know very well, our great friend from Tamil Nadu. He has studied only up to intermediate and he failed. And coming from a poor family, and he became a clerk in somewhere, some thing, and he was doing the mathematics. And later stages, he sent some of his scientific mathematical theories abroad, Hardy. And first that professor, great professor, oh, this is coming from a country, India, Indians may not know. He brushed aside. Again, theories are coming. After some time, he was forced to see what this Srinivas Ramanujam was writing. Then he got bewildered. He found equations, mathematical equations, which he never dreamt of. He called Srinivas Ramanujam abroad, and later, all of you know Srinivasam, the theories very well. That Srinivas Ramanujam is called intuitive mathematician. Intuitive mathematician. What is an intuitive mathematician? He's a poor boy. How this intuition has come for him? So Vivekananda is spiritual man. Sri Ramakrishna is there to guide him to supraconscious state. But who is the person for the Srinivas Ramanujam? No, Sri Ramakrishna is there. Then how he got? If we see his life, somebody has written one goddess near Kumbakonam has revealed all this mathematics to Srinivas Ramanujam. That is one theory. The other theory is that what I feel, he doesn't have the tools or notebooks or any other thing, a slate and a chalk piece to write. He used to write mathematics and all the other things. If some of you know very well, one Leelavati Ganita is there. In Leelavati Ganita, only problems are there. There are no solutions at all. Like that, Srinivas Ramanujam used to solve all those unknown problems and he used to erase off. And he used to repeatedly do that one and keep on. No exercise books or nothing is recorded. In the process, what has happened is that his mind has got evolved to a higher level of consciousness of this mathematics. That's why Srinivas Ramanujam, he says, the mathematics equations, when I close, I see they are dancing in front of me. You see the beauty of that one. The mathematical theories are dancing in front of me. At that time, for him, the world doesn't exist at all. The world is zero. Mind is purely anchored to the higher mathematics. So, my dear friends, this is we all traverse from instinct to logic, reason to consciousness through Ramakrishna Mission organizations. We are evolving through meditation to higher consciousness also. If we can make very deep and regular in your practices of the meditation, when after some time, not immediately, after some time, when you pose in that meditative mind, any problem that comes to your mind, wait for it. Don't argue with your mind. And that mind, it reveals. It gives the solution. I tell you with first-hand experience, when I was in the ISRO organization, we had tremendous technical problems. No technology comes from the Western countries, and there were many struggles. at that time, the only answer in my area, I don't say about the others, but in my area, when I used to pose a problem, sometimes it used to come the solution. Just go to the office and request the friends, colleagues, let us do like this. Yes, it used to come. Yes, India has become one of the forefront organization, even in the latest theory, using this meditative mind and rising of the mind to the higher levels. I'm sure all the people sitting over here, if I can do, anyone can do. Anyone can do. So all of you are in the path of this discrimination of nitya and anicca, and then going to the higher levels of anchoring of the mind to your particular goal. Of course, Swami Vivekananda says the goal of life is to see your inner self, the Atma. When you see it, touch that one, the whole universe speaks to yourself. So with these things, I offer pranams to Revered Bhoswarupal Maharaj, who has given many opportunity at this age to share some of the few thoughts. I feel joy. It is a privilege. And I feel happy, all the elders sitting over here with rapt attention, listening. I hope I have given the point of saying that how this meditation and concentration of the mind can lead to, from that of the instinct to the supraconscious state, and our life will become fulfilled, meaningful. I offer my pranams to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. T.G.K. Murthy Garu, for your wonderful talk. Swami Vivekananda used to tell that teach yourselves, teach everyone his real nature. Then what will happen? Power will come, glory will come, goodness will come, everything that is excellent will come when the sleeping soul is roused to self-conscious activity. This is what the intuitive knowledge will give us. So may Swami Vivekananda and Sri Ramakrishna and Mother give all of us this knowledge so that we can also reach the higher knowledge. Thank you very much.
ॐ स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः. This pranam mantra, स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे, this was composed by Swami Vivekananda. You all know that. And there is that famous shloka in Bhagavad Gita. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirbhavati bharata abhyuttanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. So whenever there is a decline in dharma, so God descends to this earth, comes down to establish dharma. What is this coming down? From where? from above the sky. What does it mean? There is another beautiful shloka in Bhagavata. Anugrahaya bhutanam manusham dehamastitah bhajate tadrishi krida ya shrutva tatparo bhavet. All meaning the same thing. Anugrahaya bhutanam anugrahaya manusham dehamastitah. To show anugraha, to shower his grace, God takes this human form. But we all know that taking birth means you are not present before you were born. When you die means you no more exist. Normally we mean birth means, taking birth means you are absent before that. Dying means you will cease to exist. But we know that God is ever existent, Nityaha. He is ever existent. God has no birth or death. He is always there. Then what does it mean that God is taking birth as a human being? What does it mean? Sri Ramakrishna would say, yes, God is ever present. He is everywhere, omniscient, omnipotent, and all we say, Sarvajna. But for people like us to understand God, what is God? Who is God? What are his qualities? So to understand that, he takes this human form. You will find in the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, Swami Vivekananda, Naren, at that time Narendranath, he would be arguing. What is this ever-pervading God now coming in the form of a human being in 6 feet height? Is it possible like that? He used to say. He used to argue. Sri Ramakrishna would say, it is very difficult to understand. Unless you experience God, until you experience God, you cannot fully understand all these concepts. But it is true. Through Avatara Purusha, you get an idea of what God is. He gives an example. There is a vast field. There is a big wall obstructing the view of that vast field. Very difficult. You can't climb over also. It's so tall, very difficult to break. Is there any way of getting a view of that vast field? Yes, there is a way. Very simple way. How? Just make a hole in that wall. Very beautiful example, Sri Ramakrishna would say. Make just a small hole in that wall through which you will get a view of that vast field. How wonderful. Very wonderful idea. So what God is, you get an idea when you see an Avatara Purusha. You see his life, go through his life, hear his life. You get what God is. Very difficult to say. We all go to temple. We all make pranam, puja. Suppose somebody asks, what is God? What did you see here? We cannot give any big lecture or anything. Yes, I felt something there. Some holiness, some purity, some fulfillment. some joy. Maybe at that moment I forgot all my sorrow, but I will not be able to explain what God is. Very difficult. So God is not something to be explained, to be experienced. God is something to be experienced. Suppose I go on explaining how laddu is made. I may give 15 minutes description. It doesn't make any impression on you. Simply you listen. Useless talk, be bored or something. Suppose I give you one laddu. Instead of talking on laddu, I give one laddu to you. Oh, you enjoy. No talk is necessary. How beautiful. So suppose I say beauty. You may blink. Beauty? Simply I say beauty. It doesn't make any impact. Suppose I hand over a flower to you. You yourself say, how beautiful. You experience. So, God is a matter for experience. Religion is experience. Sri Ramakrishna and Swami Vivekananda. Again and again they said, religion is experience. If you have not experienced God, no use of all your knowledge of God. No use at all. No use. Neither you have the joy of having realized God, experienced God, nor the person who has heard you. It doesn't make any difference. So religion is experience, anubhava. What God is, you have to experience and to know. And there are scriptures, Upanishads, and so much you find descriptions about that Brahman. So much. They try to explain, try to give you some anubhava. But still, we go through all the 10 Upanishads or 108 Upanishads, yet we have not had even a iota of that joy, pure joy. What is God? Is that Brahmanandam, Paramasukadam, all we can quote from scriptures. But yet I have not tasted. No, I have not tasted. But read the life of Avatara Purusha like Sri Ramakrishna. When you read, Baba, immediately you feel something within you. Now Sri Ramakrishna would often say, why God takes human birth? To give you the taste of God's love. To give you the taste of God's love. Do you not have love? Yes. Everyone has love in his heart. Love for father, mother, or wife, or husband, friend. We exchange that love freely. But that is human love. That is human love. Behind human love, there is suffering. When you love something, when you lose it, finished. Your joy turns into misery. This is the description of human love. But God's love, once you have that love of God, you don't lose it. You don't lose it. It is always with you. Why? Because that is your own nature. Our real nature is, we say, Satchidananda. Satchidananda Swarupi. We are all, in the real sense, we are all Satchidananda. We possess that always. Nobody is afraid of going to sleep. Is there anybody who is afraid to go into sleep? No, no, we want. We want to sleep. We do not want to be disturbed. We enjoy that. We enjoy that wonderful bliss in that. The deep sleep, samadhi, eva sushupti. Sushupti is called samadhi eva. In your deep sleep, you have lost everything. External world is gone. This body is gone. You lose everything. When everything is gone, that alone remains. What is that? You experience that. Nobody can tell. What is God? Nobody can tell. It is a matter for experience. You have to love God. So scriptures give a lot of descriptions about God or Brahman but any amount of reading, hearing doesn't give you the taste of that God, that love, Brahmanandam, love of God. But for people like us, devotees, who have, Sri Ramakrishna would say, all cannot become devotee overnight. They must have done some punya in so many births. They alone get that love for God, that yearning for. We have a lot of desires, we must admit. We are attached to that. Yet, in spite of all these things, there is in some corner of my mind, there is love for God. That's why we all have come. In spite of all our so many duties in the house, so many things. The world is demanding. We have to attend to so many things in the world. Yet, in spite of that, we come spending time, taking time, come and sit. Why? Somewhere in the corner of my mind, there is that seeking for God, that hankering for God. So, Sri Ramakrishna says, God comes to help, to assist people like us, to strengthen their faith, to strengthen their love, to strengthen all our spiritual qualities. So you find in the life of Sri Ramakrishna, when you go through that, or Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, Kathamrita, how wonderful. You'll find all Upanishadic truths explained through beautiful stories, examples and all. Not only that, you find Sri Ramakrishna living. Sri Ramakrishna had an experience, we read. Once he was listening to Bhagavata being expounded in the Radhakanta temple. In Dakshineshwar, there is Devi Mandir. That is the main temple. Radhakanta temple is there. And there are Shiva temples, 6 and 6. So one day Sri Ramakrishna, he was standing near the Radha Krishna temple. Somebody was expounding Bhagavata. He was listening. Suddenly he had an experience, light emanating from the idol in the shrine, from the Lord Radha Krishna inside, and touching him and touching the Bhagavata also, that book. Bhagavan Bhagavata Bhakta. Since then he used to repeat Bhagavan Bhagavata Bhakta. When some Sankirtan takes place, in the end, he will repeat the name of God and he will also say Bhagavan Bhagavata Bhakta. All the three stand in one level. Where is Bhagavan? We say there. Not only there, where is Bhagavan? Here, in the heart of the devotees. And not only there, he is in the Bhagavata and the scripture also. Wonderful. So you find God living in the scripture. Why Sri Ramakrishna would say, They are all not ordinary people. Avatara Purusha is not an ordinary man. There is no, Sri Ramakrishna we see, there was no trace of egoism at all. No trace of egoism. Even in sleep, or perhaps even by mistake, he never claimed anything as his own or everything mothers. Whatever you say, she is speaking, she is making me. I am only the machine, she is the operator. I am only the house, she is the indweller. So he never used to identify himself with this body or mind, or he is always identified with the Divine Mother. And from that pure soul, whatever came out was nothing but the voice of God. In the Kathamrita and the Gospel itself, Sri Ramakrishna says, God speaks. It's the voice of God. Because there is no I, small I. He is totally identified with God. So this is he is a living God, God living on earth. So the book that carries his life, his Leela, his name, is nothing but God in one form. God in one form. So that's why sometimes we say in the temple and all, either it is Bhagavata or Ramayana or this. So carefully, so wonderfully decorated and kept there before the idol. Arati is done to that also, book also. We see. Why? Where God is residing there. God is residing. As he is residing in the temple, he is residing in the bhakta as well as in the book also. You find again Sri Bhagavata, Shunvatam Swakatham Krishna, Punya Shravana Kirtana, Hridyantastopi Abhadrani Vidunoti Suhrutsatam. Just listen to the name of God. Give little attention. Listen with little bit of effort, with a prayerful mode. Even casually hearing also is all right. But when you take little this type of effort, with faith, with a little devotion, what happens? He goes in through your ear, he goes into your heart, deep into your heart, and stitaha, he stays there permanently. Hridi antastaha, goes deep into your heart, he stays there, and vidhunoti, he clears all dust and dirt in the mind in the form of desire or egoism. We all know that. So he clears slowly. These are all wonderful truths we find in the scriptures. Shunvatam Swakatam Krishna, Punya Shravana Kirtana. So listening to these beautiful stories, Leelas of the incarnations, it without your knowledge, that is the thing. Without your knowledge, without your effort. The Bhagavata gives the example, like when you have some fever or disease or something, what do? You take medicine. That's all, finished. You forget. After taking medicine, you forget about it. Medicine starts working. You need not have to tell. It starts its work. Or you cannot stop it also. After taking medicine, no. You start working after half an hour or 1 hour or tomorrow. Nothing. Once it has gone inside, it starts working. This also you find in the example, you find in the Bhagavata. Same is taking food. Once you take food, once it entered your mouth, finish, starts working. How? It gives you new energy, enthusiasm. Your tiredness is gone. your face becomes cheerful. So, just like medicine works, just like food removes the hunger, similarly, the name of God, the form of God, the leelas of God, once you listen, finish. They enter your mind and they start their work. What they do? Slowly, 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 they remove all the dust, dirt within us. So, to give himself means to give his that wonderful qualities. God comes down and bhajate tadrishi krida. He plays his lila in such a way that he will attract you, he will catch you. You cannot escape. Sri Ramakrishna says, it's like cobra. Once you catches finished, you can't escape. He will say, one day I was going there in the Panchavati, I heard frog croaking. Then I went and came back. Still, the frog was making noise. I was wondering why so much time, what has happened? Then looked there, he saw one ordinary snake has caught the frog. He is neither able to swallow it nor spit it out. Frog, poor frog, it is in the mouth of that water snake, and it is go on making noise. Sri Ram says, suppose the frog had been caught by a cobra, in 3 croak it would have finished, it would have entered the stomach of the cobra. Like that, Avatara Purushas, their name, their form, their leelas, they catch our heart. You know, Sri Ramakrishna is so much described about the strength of Maya, about the world, about worldliness. He says, very, very difficult. He had so much love for devotees, sincere love for devotees. Why? In spite of so much of all this, from this world they have come to me. You must read the disciples of Sri Ram, the devotees of Sri Ramakrishna's life. Baba, what an amount of love, faith, Sharanagati they had. And Sri Ramakrishna used to run after them. So much worried. He was worried about their welfare. He even, when he asked people's recommendation, you will find Avatara Purusha asking somebody to what recommendations of one devotee. He was a sub-judge. He was coming to Sri Adarlal Sen. He was coming to Sri Ramakrishna. A great devotee, sincere devotee. But still, he had some worldly desires. So, when he was coming to Sri Ramakrishna, he wanted to get the post of municipal vice chairman post of Kolkata municipality. There was advertisement. He wanted to apply and get that. So he knew, he has seen so many big people coming to Sri Ramakrishna. He went and asked Sri Ramakrishna, please tell some of your influential devotees to recommend me for this. And Sri Ramakrishna said, what a fool. Coming to mother, divine mother, like when you go to see a king, will you ask for potato and brinjal, this and that? You should ask for big kingdom. You are like that, having come here to mother. He doesn't say himself. You having come to mother, you are asking for this impermanent. You are already a sub-judge. I know. When I was a small boy, I have seen judge coming on a horse. By seeing him, we will all be afraid. He commanded so much. respect, this and that, you are already a subject yearning so much. Nowadays, people to get 50 rupees salary is big thing. In those days, he was telling. To get 50 rupees salary itself is big thing. So many people are, with 50 rupees they are managing. You are already getting 500 or 600 something. Is it not enough? He gives this advice, yet still he was asking somebody, that fellow is aspiring for that. Can you not do something? I was surprised. So Sri Ramakrishna cared for not only for our spiritual welfare, even for material welfare. He loved because he says, a sadhu thinking of God, what is their greatness in that? He has left everything. If he doesn't think of God, that is something wrong with him. There is nothing greatness. But a householder living in the world, Sri Ramakrishna has given so many examples. What is worldly suffering, so much. A person living in this world, yet he is seeking God, means is really to be wondered at, is really to be appreciated, and so much he poured love on them. And what happened? Those devotees are caught, finished. Though they were living in the world, yet their mind was always turned towards God. Now I remember one incident, one Surendra. He was given to drinking also, but he was holding a good post. He was having love for. He came to Sri Ramakrishna. Slowly, he developed so much love. One day in the office, he is sitting. Suddenly, he was so much seized with that real earnestness to go and see Sri Ramakrishna right now. Right now, I must go and see Sri Ramakrishna. Very difficult to explain all these things. From his office, he comes to Sri Ramakrishna. To Dakshineshwar, it takes maybe 1 hour or more than that. Sri Ramakrishna was getting ready to go. And he said, Arey, very strange, I was so much thinking about you yourself. Have come. The devotee was so much, he was touched. Arey, I thought I am thinking of Sri Ramakrishna, but he is so much thinking about us. Now I remember, just now I remember one person, he has got a Ganesha mandir in his village. One day casually he's talking, he said, oh, it is, yes, Swami, we have our own Ganesha mandir, we do puja and all that. He said, but I never bothered to think of Ganesha. Arey, what is this? Yes, he is worrying about me. Why should I? I thought at that time, what is this fellow is talking? But now after reading this, what faith! What faith! Somebody goes to mother after taking diksha, the person says, Ma, I doubt whether I will be able to repeat even this 108 times, this mantra. I do not. Mother says, my child, I know. I know that. But know that once you have taken diksha means you have been accepted by Sri Ramakrishna. He has taken your responsibility. It's not that you have come and caught. He has caught you. Don't worry. What assurance? So, the devotee, he thinks, I thought I am thinking, but he is thinking about us. So, coming down, avatara means coming down. What is that coming down? Not from the sky to the earth, coming down from his high level of, what to say, spirituality. You do not know what is Brahman, high level of Brahman or whatever you may say. Coming down to our level, to be loved by us. To be loved by us. If he had not come, if God has not taken birth, this human birth as Rama or Krishna, or Ramakrishna, if he had not taken, however much you read Upanishad, this and that, we are not made, and not even an inch of improvement. You are not. But just read the life of Sri Ramakrishna. Just know somebody, Maharaj was talking in Kannada. Just go and sit before mother. Look at her face. Even a wicked man, he will feel something purity there. One Swami Yatishwaranji took a photo of Holy Mother in somewhere in Germany or in Europe. He wanted to frame it. He went to a shop. He gave this photo. That person, immediately as soon as he saw that, he said, he did not say, is she your wife? Is she your sister? No. He said, is she your mother? Is she your mother? He said, yes, she is my mother. Whoever goes and sits, whoever sees mother, there will be only mother, so much of purity there, so much of simplicity, so much of love pouring out. So, God comes down means from that high level, He comes down to be loved by us, to be sought by us, so that we will run after Him. In spite of, is there to pardon us with all our faults, with all Sri Ramakrishna's devotees? All were not educated, all were not rich. Ordinary housewife, Baba. She used to say, I only Sri Ramakrishna loved Sandesh. I used to prepare Sandesh and take to him. That's all. That is the spiritual practice. Sadhana she did till the end of her life. She could not walk. She would say, take me in the chair. Where? Not to the shrine, to the kitchen. I have to prepare Sandesh to offer. That love conquered them. What that love? Sri Ramakrishna's love conquered them. Conquered their heart. They were in the family. They had their own duties. But a part of their mind was always with Him. What scriptures could not do, what years of sadhana practice or tapas in Himalaya or somewhere in case, what they could not do, Sri Ramakrishna, His love, it captured their heart, made them do it. Now I remember another incident, it's already time. One ruffian, he was called to frighten Sri Ramakrishna. You all perhaps read Manmatha. Because one lady, she was always going to Sri Ramakrishna, which his brother did not like. What is that? Why are you running after that priest in the temple? What is there in him? No, you should not go. She was helpless. What to do? So what to do? How to prevent my sister from going there? Then suddenly one day he came to know Sri Ramakrishna himself was coming to her house. Wonderful, good chance. Now I will threaten him such a way, he'll never come this side or my sister will go there. So he engaged that ruffian. Brought him there. He was there. Sri Ramakrishna got down from the vehicle, came inside. Then this ruffian, he is that Sri Ramakrishna. Seeing Sri Ramakrishna, that fellow fell on the feet of Sri Ramakrishna. I am a sinner, please save me. What happened, we do not know. Just one look, perhaps. We do not know what magic Sri Ramakrishna did. Now, how fortunate this fellow was. How fortunate. Something was hiding that. It came out in full form. I am a sinner. Sri Ramakrishna, no, you are good. Then he said, come to me. That fellow ran to Dakshineshwar. What wonderful story. Then later on, they described how he is such a bulky fellow. He had grown thin, just wearing a towel. He was looking at the sun, staring at the sun, and always repeating, Priyanath, Priyanath, Priyanath. And Swami writes, Swami Akhandananda writes, there he says, what cannot be achieved through your penance in caves or in the forest, or that could be achieved just through the grace of Avatara Purusha. How easily he could give. He could give. Sri Ramakrishna, Swami Vivekananda would say, religion is a matter of experience. It's not talk, it's not theory, it is not ritual or anything. Just as one can give a flower to another man, it's a matter of experience. I give you, I also experience I am giving. The receiver also experiences, is receiving. Just as a flower can be given to others, religion can be given. It should be given, not talked. Though we talk, though we talk, religion should be given. It can be given by realized souls or great people, Avatara Purushas. They come down to give us bhakti, give us vairagya, give us faith. I have a lot of stories, examples of devotees like you. Wonderful, seeing them, what they say, hearing. Arey, what miracle he is playing, Sri Ramakrishna is doing his lifetime. We don't find in the books, but now hearing from devotees, still he is doing all these miracles, catching their heart. Wonderful. Slowly leading them. So, God came down in the form of Sri Ramakrishna in this Kali Yuga to attract us all. He has attracted and he is leading us. We have our own failures. We know we have our own defects. Still, we are in his hand. He has not thrown us away or rejected us. Still, we are under his protection. Anugraham, anugrahaya, bhutanam anugrahaya. So he comes down, we are under his protection, and definitely, surely, we will have. I remember how devotees die. Wonderful death, like heroes die. Not Sri Ramakrishna's devotees, they also died like heroes. Not only then, even today I have examples. They die a hero's death, no regret. I once asked, I was telling, oh, ma, you have cancer. Like that. Then I was surprised. She said, Swami, why are you so much agitated? I am going to our master. He's calling me. So, bless me. Is it not a happy moment or happy thing to happen in life? I was surprised how confidently. This is the miracle of Avatara Purushas. That's why they come down. Thank you. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Ramakrishna Charanam, Ramakrishna Charanam, Ramakrishna Charanam, Sharanye, Jai Jai Ramakrishna Charanam, Ram. प्रभु कृपा ही केवलम, कृपा ही केवलम, कृपा ही केवलम शरण्ये प्रभु। जय जय रामकृष्ण चरणम, रामकृष्ण चरणम, रामकृष्ण चरणम शरण्ये जय जय राम। प्रभु शरणागतो हम, शरणागतो हम, शरणागतो हम शरण्ये प्रभु शरणा। जय जय रामकृष्ण शरणम, रामकृष्ण चरणम, रामकृष्ण चरणम शरण्ये प्रभु राम। प्रभु नमो श्री गुरवे, नमो श्री गुरवे, नमो श्री गुरवे, नमो नमो प्रभु। जय जय रामकृष्ण चरणम, रामकृष्ण चरणम, रामकृष्ण चरणम शरण्ये प्रभु रामकृष्ण चरणम, रामकृष्ण चरणम, रामकृष्ण चरण शरण्ये। रामकृष्ण रामकृष्ण जय जय रामकृष्ण। 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 जय जय रामकृष्ण। जय जय रामकृष्ण। जय जय रामकृष्ण नमो नमो प्रभु वाक्य मनातीत नमो नमो प्रभु वाक्य मनातीत मन वचन का धार प्रभु मन वचन का धार प्रभु ज्योतिर ज्योति उज्ज्वल हृदय कंदर ज्योतिर ज्योति उज्ज्वल हृदय कंदर तुमि तम भंजन प्रभु तुमि तम भंजन नमो नमो प्रभु वाक्य मनातीत नमो नमो प्रभु वाक्य मनातीत मनो वचन का धार प्रभु मनो वचन का धार प्रभु ज्योतिर ज्योति उज्ज्वल हृदय कंदर ज्योतिर ज्योति उज्ज्वल हृदय कंदर तुमि तम भंजन प्रभु तुमि तम भंजन दे 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 लंग रंग भंग बाजे रंग संग मृदंग दे दे लंग रंग भंग बाजे रंग संग मृदंग गाये च चंद भक्त वृंद आरती तमा गाये च चंद भक्त वृंद आरती तमा जय जय आरती तमा हर हर आरती तमा शिव शिव आरती तमा खंडन भव बंदन जग वंदन वंदित माय जय श्री गुरु महाराज जी के जय। ओ सर्वमंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते सृष्टि स्थिति विनाशाना शक्ति भूते सनातनि गुणाश्रये गुण ಶರಣ ಗತ ದೀನಾರ್ಥ ಪರಿತ್ರಾಣ ಪರಾಯಣೆ ಸರ್ವ ಶಾರ್ತಿ ಹರೇ ದೇವಿ ನಾರಾಯಣಿ ನಮೋಸ್ತುತೆ ಜಯ ನಾರಾಯಣಿ ನಮೋಸ್ತುತೆ ಜಯ ನಾರಾಯಣಿ ನಮೋಸ್ತುತೆ ಜಯ ನಾರಾಯಣಿ ನಮೋಸ್ತುತೆ ಜಯ ನಾರಾಯಣಿ ನಮೋಸ್ತುತೆ जय श्री गुरु महाराज जी की जय श्री महामाई की जय श्री स्वामी जी महाराज